Hi, my name is Althea. I am 40 years old, and today I started art school. So, my goal is to use this YouTube channel and these videos to document my time in art school and document my experience and be able to look back and just value this experience all the more. So at 40, I'm definitely not a typical art student. And this, the ability and the ability to be able to go to art school full time as as an adult is very valuable to me, and I feel super blessed. So I just want to document this time and just enjoy it and appreciate it as much as possible. I also think that talking through it and talking through my experiences will help me process those experiences and further understand them and further appreciate them as I'm going through. So I think that will be a good practice as well. Um, so since today is my first vlog, I wanted to talk about why I chose to go to art school. So I would say I'm like a mid to mid to low range artist. I mean, I'm decent, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not I have sold probably 20 to 30 pieces in my career. Um in my adult career. I'm not going to include like my time in high school and stuff like that. So in my adult career, during the last 5 to 7 years, I've probably sold about 20 to 30 paintings, ranging from, I sell like prints for $20. You know what I'm saying? So like ranging from a $20 print to a $750 mural. So that's kind of in the range where I'm at. So I wouldn't say that I'm a novice or just beginning. I definitely wouldn't say that I'm at the height of my career or, you know, um, the height of my, hopefully, of my success. So, but one thing that has been kind of pervasive as I've talked about my desire to go to art school during this time is people asking me, like, okay, so, like, what's your goal? Or what do you want to do when you're done? Because you don't have to go to college to be an artist and things like that. And I agree. You don't have to go to college to be an artist. I definitely believe that college isn't for everyone. Um, I definitely believe that you can learn a lot on your own and that the desire to learn is what's really most important. Because if that desire is strong enough, you will seek out the information that you need and you will do what you need to do in order to become your best self. Um, for me, I need guidelines and parameters. I need accountability. I need to show up. Um, and so that's why I decided to go to art school. I am not a I'm not gonna say I'm not self-directed, but I need accountability. Like, it helps when there's someone that's gonna like check my test scores and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That is very helpful to me. So, like, can I watch a YouTube video? Can I go on Skillshare? Can I, do any of the like the local, you can take local art classes and that kind of stuff. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do all of that. Like, I can do all of that. It's all affordable, it's all feasible. I can do all of that. But I don't do it. Is the reality of it. I don't do it. I don't watch all the videos. I don't consistently follow through and sketch on the daily basis. I don't even paint on the daily basis. Um I'm definitely lacking consistency in my art practice. And personally, I think that one good way to work on that is to immerse myself in being an artist. And I don't know too many times in your life where you get to immerse yourself in doing anything other than being in school. Other than being in school, you have a million and one things going on. You have, family obligations, you have job obligations, you have all of these things going on, and your passion projects and your goals and your dreams and your bucket list and all of that stuff ends up on the back burner. And I can no longer let my art career end up on the back burner, because in a way that is allowing me to end up on the back burner, because my artistic and creative sense of life is a very big part of who I am. And I can no longer allow that or myself to be on the back burner. So, um, so that is why I personally want to go to art school. I want to be able to immerse myself in my art practice. I want to have critical guidance and feedback. Realistically, no one cares about your art. No one cares. No one is out here like, oh, let's sit down and have a critical conversation about this piece of artwork that you just made. I wonder how you could increase the emotion evoked from the use of. No one is doing that. No one. I don't care how much they love you. I don't care how long you've known each other. It's not happening. No one is taking the time. You might meet someone every now and again that's like super artsy and just into that, and you can have a good deep conversation about art theory and social constructs and things like that. Um, but to be able to have a critical eye consistently, that where the goal is you becoming your best and most authentic self, an artist, is very valuable. Very valuable. So that is important. As an art student, I will have my fellow art students. When we do critiques in class, I will have my professors. I will have the guidance of, the faculty in the art school as a whole, as they try to get you ready for different reviews and different processes and that kind of stuff. They also have different student organizations and student groups and all that. So to be able to have that almost constant sense of artistic community and valuable constructive criticism and critique is incredibly incredibly um, important to me. And I think that that will take my personal and professional art practice to another level. Um, Currently, like, I am very halfway in, halfway out, doing this, doing that. Like, I'm not all in. Just completely honestly, I'm not all in. So until I'm all in and I'm really like able to get that criticism and that feedback and those thought processes is starting to have this as my daily thoughts and everything, I think that that's going to be very important um, to my growth as an artist. So that's exciting. So we have being immersed and criticism and critiques, student resources. So this is my second bachelor degree that I will be seeking. I have another bachelor degree in a completely unrelated uh, focus, subject matter, but we'll talk about that on another day and how all that came to be. But when I went to school the first time, college was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I learned. I enjoyed the people I met. I enjoyed the college life. What I did not do was take advantage of all of the things that college life offers, as far as networking, as far as traveling, as far as discounts and things like that. I didn't do that because I was too busy having fun. I was too busy going to parties, and I did work almost a full-time job for the majority of my first degree time. So, like, that's just not where I was. I was just at a different place in life. So this time around, it is going to be vastly different. I ain't got no money. I have re-engineered my life to be able to be a full-time student, which means that my income is like minuscule, which I will also talk about on another day, because I definitely think that re-engineering my life and really thinking about this thought process from the back forward is how I've been able to do it and was able to start school. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I need all the resources and I want to do all the things. I want to study abroad. I want to take all the trips. I want to go to all of the lectures. I want to go to all of the museums. I want to meet all of the artists. I would love to, at some point, get an apprenticeship. I want to do all of the things that are going to lead to me being a great artist and being a satisfied artist and being a fulfilled artist. But even more so, like, I just want to do the things. Like, I just want to do the things. I love to travel. Why not travel at an affordable rate because I'm a student and in whatever student organization and doing whatever student thing? Like, why not? Um, so that is definitely part of the concept I was really thinking today. So we had arts orientation today. And one of the things was like, they gave you a sketchbook and they gave you some pens and X-Acto knife and, some little supplies that you use and some pizza, which was really appreciated because my sugar was dropping. So I was getting kind of hangry. So I was like, oh, I wonder like what would happen if I were to track how much the value of everything that I received while I was in college. I wonder like how my return would be, like what my return on investment would be. So that was just a thought that I had today. But anyway, but being able to use the student resources is extremely important and a valuable part of this experience. little things. I can ride the bus here for free. So in the entire county where I am, I can ride the bus for free. That's a big deal. That cuts back on my transportation costs a lot. That saves me probably $80 to $100 a month. So little things like that. One of the things that I found out about today was a spring break trip to New York City that I really want to take. It's $250, I think, for like 5 days or something like that. That's wonderful. That is excellent, and I am very excited about it. And I plan on signing up, paying, and going. Um, so that is a very exciting and important part. And it is kind of not fixing regrets, but going back. You know, we we try to say we don't have no regrets or whatever, whatever. I think that's all a lie. But we have things that we would do differently. Just honestly, if we had to do some things again, we would do them differently. Um, and if I had to do it again, I would definitely have taken more advantage of my student opportunities and student involvement opportunities, my status as a student, and I would have um, worked less. I would have traveled more and kind of enjoyed my college experience in a different way. So, um, so that is something else that is very important to me. So being able to immerse myself in my art practice, being able to have critical feedback on a day to day basis about my art, and being able to use the student resources that I have been and am using um, are definitely, I think, the top three things that are why I'm going back to school. Because, like I said, yeah, I can learn color theory online, I can learn composition online. There's nothing that they likely, I don't know. There's likely nothing that I will learn. Like, I started my first assignment today, my first project today. And one of the main things, the first thing was to go and read an article online. This article is free. Anyone can access this article. The concepts that are being talked about are well known concepts that are like foundational concepts. So it's not like it's something that's inaccessible. Um, but I have to know myself. I have to know my learning ability. Just like even with my art history class, my lady, my counselor, academic advisor, was like, okay, well, do you want to do an online art class, art history class, or do you want to do a in person? And I was like, I need to do an in person art history class because online I'm gonna be asleep. I'm gonna be asleep. I might be asleep in person art history class. Like, just honestly. So I gotta know myself. And I gotta know what it's gonna take to get me to where I want to be. My goal is to be a sustained practicing artist. I'm not saying that I gotta make millions of dollars. I'm not having that unrealistic thought process because I don't know if I'll make it to the MBA of art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I know for sure I can sell art. I have already done that. So that's like a proof of concept. Proof of concept. So I know for sure I can sell art, that people will buy the art that I make. Um, I know for sure that I can create art that I am proud of, that I personally believe is beautiful and has something to say, because I do believe that all art should have something to say. Um, so with that in mind, I feel like those are like the two biggest things that are my validation or justification for taking it to the next step. Like, I feel like I've gotten that stuff out of the way. I know I can sell art. I know I can make art that I'm proud of. So, with that stuff out of the way and knowing that this is a thing that I can actually do, now let me kind of go back or move forward. I don't know. And um, build my foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like I've been, like, when you build a house and I watch a lot of those videos about homesteaders and stuff like that. And so while they'll build the house, they're usually living in like a van, like the van life situation, or they're living in like a trailer or a tiny house. Usually while they're building their house. And so I feel like I've been like in the van life or the tiny house life of my artistic career. And now it's time to build my art house. And so I have to start at the basement because I live in the north and we have basements. So I have to start at the basement in order to build that foundation for my art career. And that's what I feel like I'm doing. Like, I feel like, I was living my van life and I'm feeling good about, my separation from popular society and like all of that good stuff. And now I'm like, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is really what I want to do. Or I was living in a tiny house on my land and I feel like, this is where I want to be. So I'm like, yeah, I'm staking my claim. I'm putting my, my shovel in the ground and I'm building this art house. And this is how I need to do it personally. I need to build a foundation, and this process and this journey and this experience of going to art school is going to be my basement. It's going to be my cinder blocks and my cement and my rebar and all of that good stuff. It's going to be my basement, and it's going to give me the foundation to be an artist for the remainder of my life. At 40, I am at midlife. I hate it when people be like, girl, you ain't old. You're too young to be talking about midlife. No, plenty of people die at 80 or before, okay? 40 is midlife. Don't fool yourself. So at 40, midpoint of my life, downhill from here, I am excited to build the foundation that will let me be an artist to the day that I die. I want to be on that Picasso. Like, I want to be an artist until I die. I want to be Maya Angelou. I want to be writing poetry until I die. I do not want to retire. It is not my goal to retire from being the person that I am. And as far as I'm concerned, being an artist and being creative and making is who I am. So that is why I want to do it. That is why I want to go to art school. I definitely enjoyed my first day. It was scary for me. Oh, it was super scary for me. I've had a rough, 3 or 4 days. So rough. So much anxiety and so much when you get ready to do something that's like what you've always wanted to do and probably the most important thing to you, you get a little anxiety. You get a little anxiety before you get on the roller coaster. You get a little anxiety before you get married. You get anxiety before you do these monumental things, and this is monumental for me. So it was rough. My sister called me this morning and walked to school with me on the phone, so I really appreciate that. That kind of helps me get my jitters out. But I ain't had time to take no shower this morning, and I didn't comb my hair. I did. I was just like, I ate some food, so that was good. But it was rough. It was rough, but I made it. I made it to the building. I made it to each class. I wrote my notes. I appreciate them for that pizza because I would have been upset. But I made it, and I definitely enjoyed it also. Um, I enjoyed meeting my professors. I liked that in my school, every professor has to be a working artist. So I definitely enjoy that because as an artist, that's your goal. As any type of student, that is your goal to be working in whatever field. Unfortunately, it's not how it usually works, but excuse me, but that's the goal. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed learning about them a little bit and what they're into and what their experience is. It kind of gives you an understanding of how they approach things, and it gives you an understanding of what you can learn from that person. Like one of my teachers, my drawing teacher, is an illustrator, which I definitely think illustration is cool. I think the ability to tell a story in one picture, when one frame, is essential. I feel like illustration is a very important aspect of art. Um, then my other teacher, my 2D teacher, is a graphic designer. So I think that those two things are very cool and interesting, and I'm definitely looking forward to them. Got my first homework on some tangrams and with Gestalt principles. So that is interesting. Just stuff that you just don't do. Like, I'm not, it's just not stuff that I do or have done. And so I'm looking forward to it because I'm definitely looking to broaden my horizons, learn about new artists and new methods, and learn all the things. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to learn all the things. I want to be very open minded. I want to be very open minded and excited about everything. We'll see how far that goes, but I definitely want to be very open minded. So I'm excited about my little homework, and I started my sketchbook for that class. That'll also be interesting. I have literally never finished a sketchbook in my life, um, ever. So we'll see how that goes. So I started my sketchbook for my 2D class with the homework that we started with. So I'm looking forward to that. The possibility of finishing a sketchbook. Um, I did not tell anyone in school today how old I am. Um, I did that for a reason. I don't want to. I don't want to give myself any type of authority or position or place. And whenever I've seen through my experience, whenever you tell someone about yourself and you tell them um about your what's that word, qualifications, like your qualifications, um like the more qualifications you have, kind of the more valuable your opinion is, the more important your thought process is, just different things. Like, not to say that I'm out here like the president of anything or super important or nothing like that, but if you're in a class, like one teacher was like, does anyone here already have a degree or has been to college before? And I did not answer. Um, because I don't want to get into the conversation of what I did. I only want my conversation to be about what I'm doing. I appreciate what I have done. It has gotten me here. I have learned a lot of things along the way. I have met a lot of people on the way, good, bad, or indifferent. Um, but I don't want to live in that space. And when you tell people too much about your past, it colors how they feel about your present. And right now, all I want to be is a student. That's it. All I want to be is a student in an art class. Um, so I'm going to be mindful, very mindful. Me and my roommate went for a walk and we're talking about it. And he said a word that was very good: restraint. And that is what I'm going to focus on in the space of like validating myself to other people. Because I also think like a lot of times when we're talking about who we are, where we've been, what we did, what we have, we're just validating ourselves to other people. That's all. We're just attempting to gain their appreciation or their validation for what we are doing. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here to be validated by anybody else. I'm not here to be put up on any type of pedestal or anything like that. I'm here to learn art. That's it. And I definitely think I have a problem with external validation. And that's also not what I'm here for. So I'm here to enjoy the internal beauty that I have and that I create. So, yeah. So I'm going to use restraint in the area specifically of telling people about my past. Um, so that I can enjoy my present, so that I can just enjoy pizza and, you know, Chipotle and walking to class and just all the things that make up being a student. So so that's it. So that was kind of like a little synopsis of my first day. Those were the only classes I really had. I had foundations of drawing, 2D design, and then arts orientation. So the arts orientation was a orientation class. We only take it like 3 or 4 times throughout the semester, and it's just an orientation class from the office of the arts program where they talk about your requirements as an art student. You know, you have to go to so many arts programs and just how to take advantage of the different resources and stuff like I was saying, what those resources are. Just kind of make sure you're on track as an art student and so that you can be successful. So that was cool. And that's where they gave us the pizza and the art supplies and stuff. So that was nice. So yeah, so those were the 3 classes that I took today. Tomorrow I'll take art history and 3D foundations. Um, I learned a little bit in the arts orientation. I learned a little bit about some scholarships that hopefully I can qualify for or compete for. We talked about some trips and some student organizations, like I said, which I'm definitely going to be a part of. We talked about like the expectation of how much work needs to be done in class and out of class, and that was kind of wild. Cause she was like, for every 3 hours, they expect like 6.5 hours at home or something like that. Which is, I don't even know how much it ends up being, but it was a lot. So that'd be interesting to see like how much time will go into everything, which I think I'll be pretty okay because I only work 3 days a week. 3 days a week I only work in the evening. So hopefully I'll have enough time to do all of my homework and get everything done. Um, so that'd be good. But yeah, so this is my first YouTube video, and I just wanted to introduce myself, Althea, and kind of give a little bit of explanation about what I'm doing and where I'm at. I hope to make one of these videos every day from now until the day that I graduate. I know that I looked at a lot of videos before I made the decision to go to art school. And some of them were helpful and some of them were not. I do think I would have liked a video series that just kind of discussed being an art student from a more intimate perspective. And I think that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make like dynamic and interesting and entertaining videos. Um, I will not have the time to be editing videos or doing any of that kind of stuff. I just, like I said, I want to be able to process this experience for myself and maybe for someone else who is maybe a non traditional student or just an art student or whatever the case, but to be able to possibly have information there for someone else who is interested in art school and just kind of wants a more intimate view and perspective of what all it entails, how it feels, um, and that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm here for. So we'll see. So I'm definitely excited. I'm so glad I actually made it to class today. I was so excited when I saw my name on that attendance roster. I was like, this is a real thing that is happening. And and I'm good. And I'm good. I know every day will not be smiles and sunshine. I know some days I'm gonna be struggling, but but I'm looking forward to it for sure. So I don't know. Here we are. So good night, and I will see you tomorrow.